Should you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection? Kinda. So imagine Yu-Gi-Oh! Imagine when it all began in Egypt, but like 2,000 years after or some shit. The type of Yu-Gi-Oh! Games in this collection are the ones from Windows 98 to Game Boy Color. These things are fucking old. And when I say old, they can't even have sprites on their cards when you're playing the game. But is it worth your money? Is it worth your time? For those who are unaware, modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is very different from the old Yu-Gi-Oh! Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is very hard for new people to get into, and even for old players who used to enjoy the game to jump right back in. That's not to say that I don't dislike modern Yu-Gi-Oh! I actually like it for what it is and how the game has evolved over the years. Oh, that's also not saying that there's some really shitty moments in Yu-Gi-Oh! You see, when you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! and when you come across bullshit, you can really feel that fucking bullshit. Just take a look at this information I have gathered on the interwebway. Why is there a horse puking in this live chat? You may wonder. I wonder too. And you see, because I'm not a person who plays competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! often, this horse puke was created out of protest for the current bullshit in the meta. And when there's a bullshit of a tier 0 level where everyone else is trying to play that fucking deck, that means that everyone else is going to suffer for not playing that deck, which makes you not want to play that game. Because Konami of North America will never unban Heavy Metal Foes Electrum in North America because they fucking hate me. So what does this have to do with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection? Early Days Collection has nothing to do with modern Yu-Gi-Oh! In fact, the rules are vastly different from how it was from today. And if I have to be honest, I don't think I'll end up beating any of these games. When I did start the games and then when I went through the initial hooks and got into the duels, I was actually having a lot of fun. But I think this collection is really geared towards people who have nostalgia for the old games that they played. I've never played these games when I was a kid. I was in the age demographic that I could have gotten these, but in the end, I think I ended up just playing Pokemon instead. This is a game that is really meant for those people who want that nostalgia of playing these games when they were a child again. This isn't for anyone who wants to try out Yu-Gi-Oh! For the first time or anyone who likes modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And wants to go back to the old days. Just because of the limitations of this system back in the day, there's a lot of quality of life that is not present while playing this. Everything seems to run fine. I experienced no crashes at all, and this really is a software that anyone can run on any kind of system right now. Even when I was playing a duel, and even though I couldn't see anything on my cards, I would still find myself just having a lot of fun with it. And if you're someone who craves that nostalgic duel of back in the day when things were so complicated and every card didn't have a essay written on them, this really is the game for you. However, I will say that occasionally Master Duel also does have retro events where they go back to old formats, have people play old competitive formats where you just take things a lot slower. That's not to say that the bullshit is gone. Now, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a game that's absolutely had a meta ever since the beginning of its inception. This is the type of game that I would really recommend for those who have a Steam Deck and just want to relive that old experience again. And for anyone else, I would just recommend Master Duel instead. Because even with all of the crazy shit that is actually happening in the current meta of Yu-Gi-Oh!, it's still a very fun game once you start to understand it. And even if you're an old player who's trying to get back into the game, who don't really know how to play the new game and just want to kind of experience that old magic, just like with any other competitive game, this is something that you will have to invest your time into and learn how to play. Thankfully, Master Duel is a very good free-to-play game, and the ranking structure actually does a good job of keeping you on a power level of where you need to be. Even if you recreate your old childhood deck and get back into Master Duel, you'll learn very quickly what you would need to do to bring your deck up to speed. Because modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Has always updated old archetypes to bring them into a power balance with the current state of Yu-Gi-Oh! So this product is really for those who really want to support Yu-Gi-Oh! And maybe see if Konami will actually bring back more games from the past onto Steam, and that's honestly why I bought the Early Days Collection, to show Konami, hey, I have this interest, I want to see more of the older Yu-Gi-Oh games, but a bit more after these current ones into the market, so I can experience them for the first time. But for anyone else who have that nostalgic crave but never played these games, I don't think it is worth your money, and I think your time is better invested in Master Duel. That's not to say that I've had fun playing this collection, I definitely did, but I think just the level of quality of life that is not present within the games itself makes me not want to complete the game. So yeah, if you have that nostalgic crave and really want to experience what old Yu-Gi-Oh was like, then I would absolutely recommend it. Plus, with the success of this collection, I think we may be seeing more of the retro titles coming onto Steam. And if you're someone who wants to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh, I would just recommend Master Duel. It is a fantastic free-to-play game. Well, that's all, folks. Thanks for watching. I love ya, I think.